Alright guys, sorry I haven't recorded much guitar stuff, but let's go over some guitar stuff here, alright? So, bar chords. Now, this is the only thing I didn't go... You know pretty much everything I know. If you go to my channel, I got chords you need to know for my channel. You know all the chords I know except for bar chords. And technically, if anybody's been around on my channel, you'll know that I am highly allergic to bar chords. I can kind of play them, but I'll avoid them. I'll put a capo on. I'll move a capo around. I'll play an easy F, you know, right there. I'll play that. But what I want to go over is that you build your bar chords, all right? You want to see how I used to play an F? Yeah, bad, right? And then I started doing this. And then I started doing this. And then I started doing that. And that's about where I'm at. So, but you build them. So you got an A minor, all right? The first thing you need to do is, can you play an A minor? If you can't even play an A minor, then start there. You know, a lot of people don't even like to use the top of the fret thing. I teach this 3-4 locked in. They're like the Wonderwall chords. It's in a different key. I'm playing it, you know, it's played up here. And then you don't have to use this top fret here. So people go, oh, I'll just play the chords like that, right? Like, let's say you're playing Knocking on Heaven's Door. You know, Mama, take good bed, you know. Sounds like shit, right? Mama, take good bed, you know. Because this is an A minor. That's what's in the song, all right? If you can't play bar chords, can you play an A minor? If you can't play an A minor, then start with the A minor. Then you slide that A minor down 2 frets. And you got a B minor. Now that's not a bar chord, but at least it's a B minor. Alright? Now, don't play it with your fingering like this. Take these 2 fingers. I do this a lot on my channel. Take these 2 fingers. And play your A minor like this. Because this finger is basically, like if you take the capo off, this is why an A minor is played like this. Because you take the capo off, and that's your A minor. Without the capo. Well, I'm down a half step, but your A minor would be up here. If you're down a half step, your A minor is right here. And see, my capo's doing that. You know, so that's why people use a capo to get around playing bar chords, because you go, oh, I have to play an F in this song. If I put the capo right here, now I can play an F like an E, you know. So now your E is an F, all right? But sometimes you run into other chords that give you a problem. You'll put a capo on to get rid of one bar chord and run into another bar chord. So, but you do the same thing with your E major. You slide it down. You got your E, this is an E, then you got an F sharp, then you got an F, then you got a G, and build it slowly over time. You know, I like to get at least 4. See how I play? See that shape right there? That's the shape I love. That's basically my bar chord shape right now. I use that shape to play all my bar chords and move that up and down the fretboard. But eventually you want to get to the point where you can get that bass note. And then you got to try to get the bottom 2 strings. Or if you're down here, the bottom 1 string. If you're doing an A-shaped bar chord, it's only 1 string. If you're doing an E-shaped bar chord, it's 2 strings. It's tough. You're probably going to mute those bottom strings for a while. Play it anyway, all right? Play it anyway. You don't have to use it when you perform live or in front of people or your family or your friends, but when you're practicing, play it anyway. All right, guys? I'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe, please. I should have said that to begin with.